check this out, guys. So look at this button here. Oh, oh, this never gets tiresome. Look at that. Okay guys, so behind me here, this is the BYD Atto 3. I hope I pronounced it correctly, Atto 3. It says there, build your dreams. To be honest, one look at this profile, this hardly looks like what dreams are made of, are they? I mean, yeah, granted, you have very futuristic styling cues like these alloy wheels, the sleek looking front end, these intricate details here at the bumper. Okay, of course you have this nice bright red paint job and this funky looking BYD design badge here, this little trim piece here, and here at the back you can see all this crisscrossing on lines. But when you look at the profile of this vehicle, it looks like every other generic B segment or C segment SUV out there. So granted, it's a handsome looking one. I'm not saying it's ugly, but from the outside, this looks like what you would typically expect of a 150k and 160k SUV, and that's exactly where they have priced this, right? You can get a standard range model for just under 150,000 ringgit, or the extended range model at 167,000 ringgit. It is not starting from a bad place at all. The opening offer of this car is compelling enough for us to warrant a closer look at what it's made of. Okay, so yeah, from the outside, the design is contemporary, it's handsome, it's nice, okay, but basically every other SUV out there follows this design template. Let's look at the inside. So here's the boot. Okay, pop open this. Got power tailgate, nice touch. Okay, and here the boot floor. Okay, so under here there's a hidden compartment, and of course this is the bag for the charging cable. Let me just put this down first. So with the boot floor, you can lift this up. It has a split level function, so you can put this up to make this flat, okay, and make the hidden compartment in there underneath. So the net luggage volume goes from, you know, all the way from here to down there, which is neat. Okay, and what you can do is that right here there's right at the end here there's a notch, so you can sort of like sengitkan this board a bit to hold. Okay, not immediately elegant, but it functions. And yeah, you can drop this charging cable back here. Then you have a tire inflator there, no spare tire, even though this space obviously is big enough to be a spare tire well. All right, you've got these two compartments here at the side, and nice touch, the luggage compartment light is angled downwards so it does not glare you. And even with the tailgate, even with the boot floor up, the luggage space is still quite reasonable. Okay, so we come here and let's drop seats. So you get a rather a seamless loading floor here, okay, which is neat when you want to transport long objects. So when you fold this down, remember to pull the buckle down here as low as possible, so that when you put the seat back, it does not interfere. Okay, so this is something that they may have overlooked a bit, but that is a very, very small complaint. Now look at this. Now this is where the picture improves dramatically. Okay, we start with the back first. The seats here has a nice two-tone color. You've got the armrest here with two molded cup holders, isofix mounts. Wow, this is a rather novel marking of the isofix mount. So you see there's a there's this plastic molding here, and underneath here, that's where the Isofix anchor is. Okay, pretty neatly installed, rather unusual type of design. The middle seat belt is mounted to the seat back, so when this side of the seat is folded down, it comes down together with it. All right, and now let's show you guys the door card. This is nice. So you have a two-tone color here. This little white strip here breaking the monotony of the door card, but there are a lot of things going on here. See, this, guys, is amazing. This is the door opener, okay, integrated into the tweeter. So this, you almost forgive. This is the only sign of cheapness here on the door card. This, it's still a textured grade plastic, but hard plastic, still textured. This part here, okay, soft leather with satin chrome finish here, piano black. Now this one has actual function, guys. So you can plug this. So when let's say you're bored at the back, you can plug this, and you know, it's like a guitar. So the tension on this, you know, gives it almost like a guitar. It makes it like a little guitar here built to the door. Very neat, and you have it on all doors. Here you can see this is the air con vents, very unique design. Okay, and you move this up and down to close the vent. Okay, and you just adjust the blowing direction. Down here, you got one regular USB port and a USB-C port. There is a pocket here for you to drop your mobile device. Okay, and leg space here is very, very neat. And I'm 170 centimeters tall. Sitting at the back here, I've got good lean angle. Headroom above me about 3 fingers. The seat angle, okay, so I've got to stretch my legs forward a bit, but overall space wise and seating position wise, nothing much to complain about. Now let me bring you to the front. This, guys, is where this car really earns its money. I mean, this thing makes the Mercedes EQA look and feel positively cheap. So here is the front door card. All right, it's the same design. So you can see here's the door opener and all these design features that we highlighted at the rear door, all present. Okay, now the front seat, again, you know, this very nice combination of colors really makes this feel properly expensive, and you know, it looks and feels like they put in the effort to build a cabin of great quality. Okay, so you see inside here, now down there, okay, there's a large generous tray with more charging ports there. Here, this is the aircon vent with a wireless Qi charger, and over there, this just one screen. Now over here, this panel, the shifter, okay, park, reverse, neutral, drive. So basically it's in electronic. You push up to reverse, pull down to drive. And check out this camera. This is Mercedes standard, both in sharpness as well as stitching, right? Let me move the car a little and illustrate to you. Okay, show you this in movement. Look at that. Look at the transition between the images of 4 cameras, how seamlessly the 4 inputs blend with each other. Okay, so here, soft touch plastic. This is a nice brushed finish here. Okay, and overall here, there's still this leather with wrap leather with this contrast stitching here, actual contrast stitching. And this panel, the finishing here, this is just top notch. And over here, even better, look at this. It's a 2-level cup holder. So this cup holder is deeper than this side, left side is deeper than the other. It's rubberized surface. And down here, look at this. Deep way. You see, I am down, my arms are down to my elbows. Okay. So this is a very generous compartment here. And yeah, basically I can find very, very little to fault this cabin, whether it's on a design standpoint or on a practicality standpoint. Okay, now over here, check this out. So you've got 2 screens here. This is fixed to the steering column. So as you adjust the steering column, the instruments move up and down together with it. And check this out, guys. So look at this button here. Oh, oh, this never gets tiresome. Look at that. So here the climate control is all built into the screen. All right, and oh yeah, so there's another button here for you to choose to rotate the screen again if you want. All right, and you can access all the functions here: navigation, Spotify, radio. All right, yeah, so you can browse through the thing. Okay, you can adjust the, you can just press this, adjust the fan speed if you like, adjust the temperature. Okay, so basically, so really there are no physical climate control buttons, but that's the trend now. Okay, and I just can't get enough of this, guys. This is damn amazing. Okay, so we'll come out here and we'll try to see if we can explore any other features. So this is the sort of like the home screen, I'm guessing. Okay, so with the 3 shortcut tiles. Oh, check this out. So here you press this and you can slide. So there you go. Okay, so I'm guessing if you press this here, all right. Okay, so fan speed, you have to what lah? You can slide. You can still reach out and slide. This one cannot. It can more. Wow, not bad. So overall, they've thought this through. Okay, to take into account that when you're driving, you don't really want to take your eyes off the road for too much. Okay, so here are all the apps. So you've got Apple CarPlay here, BYD Assistant, Spotify, all this. And yeah, so this is more apps here as well. So here you've also got the car status. Wow, internet, audio, display, software, apps. Okay, so you can also have the lane. So here you access the driving assist systems. You got lane support. Okay, active safety. So you have predictive collision warning, automated emergency braking, blind spot assist, ESC hill descent control. You've got parking sensors, and you've got the 360-degree camera. All right, new energy vehicle settings, brake assist. So check this out, guys. I've got 64% battery here, and I've got 310 kilometers of range. So this makes this a properly usable EV at the very least as a city run around. Okay, but at the end of the day, as the reality with EV ownership, you still need to have access to charging facilities at home or at your office, all this properly planned out. Okay, but yeah, so this instrument cluster, right, a bit motorcycle style, but I suppose with an electric motor, right, where you don't have overheating problems to worry about, you don't need to bother with the engine revs. This kind of display where you show the speed, the range, maybe your car's mileage, available battery, and also the power usage, this is more than good enough. Okay, so here on the steering mounted controls, this side here, this is the audio. So I believe this is voice control. Say that again. FM 89.9. Not bad. Radio off. Okay, that's good. So you can use this to browse through. You press this button to trigger the so you use this little scroll to browse through the various functions on the trip computer. All right, and here, this is the screen, of course, for the ADAS system. Okay, this button here, as I showed you earlier, controls the screen orientation. And so here, control this one brings out the 360-degree camera. Okay, this is the distance control for adaptive cruise control. This is the lane keep assist activation and deactivation, and of course the cruise control activation as well. Adjusting of speed is by this rocker switch here. So up here, guys, you've got a panoramic roof, and look out the controls. So this is not a button, this is touch. Cool, eh? So it's not a button with a tactile feedback, but you do have to press it slightly hard, okay, to activate it. But yeah, this interior is off. imperious quality. All right, off the toll, full throttle. Okay, it does not accelerate with that burst that we have come to be accustomed from EVs, because usually when we get EV, right, like Porsche Taycan or BMW i4 or Volvo XC40 whatnot, right, one of the things we do to amuse ourselves is see how fast these guys leap off the lines. But the BYD Atto 3 here refrains from such shenanigans, okay? And I believe it's not because the motors aren't strong enough, but there is a deliberate attempt to manage the maximum outputs of the motors. Because you see, and the thing is this, whether you are driving an electric car or an internal combustion engine car, what adds wear to your car is not speed. You can drive your car at 100, 150, 200 kilometers per hour. The wear and tear of the car is pretty much the same. But what really, eats your brakes your suspension mountings and all that are hard accelerations and decelerations. So imagine all those, full throttle starts, all right, because you're exerting a great amount of force to turn a stationary object into a fast-moving one. That's a lot of physical and mechanical wear and tear, and that wears out all your chassis and powertrain components rather quickly. And BYD, I believe, makes cancel. Okay, so I cannot mention the brand name here because otherwise it would trigger the voice command. I believe it is a conscious decision from the car maker to tone down that, those abrupt accelerations, so that to preserve the battery, the motor, as well as the chassis components. And this car still, at the end of the day, it's still by no means slow, because you get what, 200 horsepower, 300 newton meters of torque. That is, well, you know what I've said before, that is the same as what you get with thereabouts of a Mercedes EQA 200 or BMW 320i, X120i kind of outputs. So yeah, it's perfectly usable performance. Now, what about things like handling and whatnot? So from what I've experienced thus far, the handling of this car is it's competent, it's crisp, right? It does not inspire nervousness, which is good. And yeah, and it's quiet. This car is quiet, it's comfortable, and it's pleasant. Overall, it's pleasant. It feels like it feels like a good electric car. The expectation of hard acceleration that we typically get from an electric car is not there. For those people who are accustomed to, who are seasoned electric car owners, they may find this a little underwhelming. But if you are if this is your first EV, jumping over from a petrol-powered car, then it makes for a very easy transition, because other than the relative absence of noise, the way this car behaves and reacts is literally no different compared to what it would have if it had, say, a 2-liter turbo engine with the same kind of outputs. And you get that immediate throttle response, right? You get the same kind of horsepower and torque as a turbo, but with the immediate response that's even better than an NA. So at 150k to 167k, depending on battery range, what are my thoughts of the BYD Atto 3? I think this is a seriously competent product, because it makes the Mercedes EQA, that is double the price, feel only half as cheap. And it does not drive bad. It does not drive bad. Okay, it drives the way you expect a car that is built by a seasoned car maker to drive. All right, it's not like 10 years ago when BYD was turning out laughable econo boxes. This is, you know, a properly refined and modern vehicle. And the overall styling, now from the outside, I would say this car is, it's handsome, it's nice, but it's ultimately unspectacular. But inside here, where the interior, this is where BYD really impressed and went to town. They really, you can see that effort that was put in to ensure that there is a, you know, that occupants spend themselves in an upmarket feeling space. And this is what we really need to come to expect in the future of EVs. Because you see, the thing is this, traditional car making, right? A lot of the car makers' R&D budget goes to engine, gearbox development, all right, chassis development. In the age of EVs, the engine and gearbox development is out of the picture. Yes, batteries are expensive to acquire, but they are all sourced from third parties. And how complicated can your electric motor be? So with EVs, the bulk of the, you can basically say almost the whole entire R&D budget of that car can be put in to the cabin and design. And you're really seeing it here, because this is the kind of cabin you typically associate with 250,000 ringgit or upwards cars, and you know, and that is not even a guarantee. But here at 150,000 ringgit, you're really made to feel that you are sitting in the car that is worth more than twice the money. So yes, guys, if you have time to go and check out one of these cars in the showroom and take this for a test drive, I'd say go for it, because you'll be properly impressed.